What's up, everybody? It's your favorite robotic reptiles, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Heat Boys Leonardo. This is on loan to me from T. Crosby. He hit me up, asked if I'd be interested in taking a look at this. I've actually had a lot of people hit me up asking if I was going to take a look at this, so that's why we are. But with that being said, I'm not going to waste too much more time on introductions because there's a lot of accessories to get to, and I want to make sure that we have time for all of it. So with that, let's get started. So he comes with a display base. The base is done quite nicely. It has the kind of logo on there. Like the very cartoon logo, which is cool. You can open this up and store a lot of the accessories in there, which is also nice. And it has two different stands and it has two different connections. Oh boy, okay, there we go. So it has two different stands, two different heights, right? And then it has, there's screw in, and then you have two different connection points. One is angled, and then one is 90 degrees, which I will show you there, that you can take your pick of your poison as to how you want to utilize that. Once you have it in place, you can remove this from his backside, and then utilize your display stand, which is cool. Of course, he comes with his two katanas. We have pad printing paint on there. You're going to hear me say that 1,000 times this review. And then you have the gold paint added on. And they feel good. The blades are removable. They have die-cast blades, which is nice. And then the blades themselves are painted with the black and silver. Quite nice. You can hold them just fine with a tab in the palm of his hand that connects into the sword itself. And then wrap the fingers around. And then he comes with a number of adapters. We'll try to show them as we go through. But if you use this one, that's kind of shaped like an H, and then this one, and you connect... I have the wrong one here that I want to look at, I believe. But like, go on this side. Oh, no. Gotta be on this side. So you connect this to that port there on the side of the shell. And then you insert the scabbard onto the clip so that they can be stored. He comes with two smaller swords as well. Interesting sculpts, I guess. Then we had the gold painted on, the silver painted on, this little blue stripe, you know, for the blue mask, which I think is a nice little touch. I actually wish there was more of that on the weapons, but still cool nonetheless. He'll hold those just fine the same way. And these utilize these little square peg adapters that will go onto the side of his hip there. That's not the only thing that you can do, though. You can also use these adapters and plug that in, and then use this connection point here that you have to remove the piece for, and plug that in, and now he has these kind of like mounted weapons on his forearms. He comes with two of these like pistol type guns. We'll just look at one. Gray paint with the pad printing paint. We have the little like warning stripes across the barrel, which is nice. The silver with the blue on the kind of viewer there. The chamber here spins. All great stuff. And he holds it the same way as he holds everything else. Also using these adapters, these like large clips, they will go around the chamber and the viewfinder, and then you can peg them into the side here of his calf, but in order to do so you have to remove this piece here. I've just done it already to save some time. He also comes with a rifle, which is really cool. It's got the silver paint, all the other kind of details that we've kind of come to expect as of yet. I keep expecting it to move because this thing is so intricate, but it also comes with these three, I'm guessing they're mutagen canisters. And I'm guessing, which way do they go? Oh, I should consult the instructions. Let me see here real quick while I have you. They go down, which is a little scary, but we'll try it. So there, like that. I would just put them in this exact way, and they're a green translucent and have some paint on them as well. And he'll hold that the exact same way as everything else. He also has a shield that has a ton of different uses that we will go over. But once again, the paint is beautiful. The two shades of green, the blue, all the pad printing paint. It's fantastic. It also has two tabs down here. They can plug into different parts of the figure. We'll talk about that a bit. But the way to connect it is to take this piece, which is a separate adapter, put that into the middle, and then take this adapter, which is like shaped like a, you know, like a half moon or something. You have to remove that piece, and it's a bit of a bear, but it eventually will go. And then you can kind of plug this in as you see fit, and then spin that around to sort out the shield. Now, the shield can split into 3 pieces. I've already taken one piece off, and then you just pull. I don't want to pull against the tabs that are in there, but you just pull to reveal these 2 tabs and have these 2 pieces separate. These 2 pieces can now take this whole assembly, move it to the top, tab out, and can peg in as like samurai armor on his hips. And the pegs that you're left with on this, you can use 2 of 4 possible throwing stars that they give you to insert them on to these pegs as like another kind of shield type weapon, should you so desire. Now with the adapter out, you can also take this whole unit here and attach the smaller katanas to it. And then with the adapters back on, you can peg it back in, and now he has that kind of weapon on his forearm. Now it also comes with a couple of sprues, and there's stuff in this instruction manual for a turtle van, like how to assemble it and such. I don't know if that was with a deluxe thing or something, but I don't see the sprues for a turtle van in here. But it does come with a couple little turtles, and one is seated. That seated turtle can go up inside here in this little container to kind of like be the pilot for the robot, which is cool. Gimmicks wise, you can install batteries in that will light up his eyes, and then you just put the head back on if you so desire. I don't have the batteries here. Now, while we're on the topic of those electronics, it looks like it does come with batteries in this pizza piece, but I can't get it open. So I'm not exactly sure if this is supposed to be the container for it. I don't know, but maybe it does come with batteries. And let's get in tight on the head sculpt for Dennis. So the head is on a ball peg, but the whole neck piece does rise. I'm not even quite sure how they did it. But as a result, you can get the head all the way up, all the way down, swivel, slight turtle confused face, and the jaw opens and closes. Unbelievable. All right, the materials feel fantastic. We're talking premium plastic, premium paint, premium joints. Everything feels great. The paint is head to toe. Detailings wise, you have the gold accents in there. You have the pad printing white paint, and then the white paint applied to the blue mask. Pad printing paint at the top. A layer of light blue underneath the blue mask, which gives like a natural highlight. It looks amazing. Love it. Capital L. All right, let's back out a taste and look at these arms. So the shoulder is mounted, the shoulder pad is mounted to the shoulder, which is the proper way to do it. If you look inside, it's a double hinge. Then we have the pad printing O1 TMNT with the gray accents, the two tones of green. That, when you move this, will allow the shoulder to get out to 90 degrees. And you get the 360 around, and the joint is die cast. We have a bicep swivel, pad printing paint on the bicep in two places there, one place there, and then the other place it says Leonardo across there. Really well done. Double jointed die cast elbow gets you 90 degrees, but actually it gets you more than 90 degrees. And then we have the same sort of excruciating details from the paint, the pad printing paint to the metallic paint to the flat paints, just it's everywhere. Then we have the wrists, they swivel, they hinge outward. That's it. Oh no, you get a little bit up. I'm not sure why, it might be because of the connection, but you do. Fingers are on ball pegs, at the base knuckle, and then you have an additional hinge at the secondary knuckle for the thumb and for the other fingers as well. Oh, this figure is amazing, dude. Amazing. All right, then we have the waist. Very limited waist swivel, extremely limited. We have this piece which raises up, and that allows you to get a double ab crunch, one joint there and one joint down there for a pretty significant range. Just make sure that you move this piece of armor out of the way first. Then we have tons of paint details. I don't need to point them all out, but they're everywhere that you look, including some metallic gold in the top of the chest. Outstanding. Moving on, we have the belt. Once again, with metallic paints, pad printing paints, flat paints, etc. Absolutely amazing. And then we have the hips. We'll back out now and look at the whole figure. Universals for hips. They get you the full Van Damme. They get you such like, you know, by the skin of their teeth. But that's tolerance. That's fit and finish. That's clearance. That's all of those things taken into account. Get you out to there and back to there. So not the full Monty, but more than you'll ever need. Thigh swivel built around the universal joint. That's the way to do it. Double jointed knee that pulls the thigh armor and the other knee piece down to cover down on the joints. Fantastic. Love to see it. Very a la Flame Toys. You also get this piece that moves in and out of the way for whatever, for articulation, for whatever, you know what I mean? It can cover up on the joint there. You can move it down a bit. You know, that might even still get you about the same range, but very, very, very cool. All right, more pad printing paint, more metallic paints, more flat paints, just insane. Then we have the ankles. They're on a hinge, which gets you an ankle tilt up. It gets you an ankle tilt down. There's an additional toe hinge that gets you a toe hinge up and down. And then, I don't know why, but I think, yeah, then the toes themselves are individually articulated up and down. And a rocker. And a QC pass. So fans of Fans Toys, perhaps. Stunning. Stunning. Then on the back, we had the two tones of brown, along with metallic paints and other paints. You also have, you know, all of this stuff here, which can hinge out. You have the two separate kind of armor panels on his back, and then even a third one down there where you can kind of go into like battle mode or I don't know what have you. And the lower half of the shell kind of moves independently, which allows for some of the articulation. Just a very, very thoughtful, very well executed, passion, care, effort, time, like all of that goes into this. Amazing. Size comparison wise, I don't really have anything relevant necessarily, but there he is next to Trailbreaker from X-Transbots. So, I mean, it's a sizable figure. For one more point of reference, I'll throw in like your kind of standard, you know, 1/12 scale figure, you know, big boy. Final thoughts wise, we'll start with the negative. Some of the joints are a little tight. The die-cast joints specifically. I wish it had a more definable waist swivel. That's the big issue with this guy. And I think that's all I got. I wish that maybe there was a simpler way to do some of this stuff without all the adapters, but I get it at the same time. It's just that when you don't use it, you're left with all these like ports all over them. If I had to pick one more thing. Before we move on to positives, one more negative I should have mentioned is some of the kind of cover-ups to the 5mm or the 4mm ports that are all over this thing are a kind of a pain to get out. So best of both worlds or worst of both worlds depending on how you see it. Moving on to positives, I hope I have enough battery. The materials are absolutely fantastic. We're talking about premium plastics, premium die-cast, premium assembly, premium build. It's absolutely top shelf stuff. Up there with Flame Toys. Like, it's on that level. Knockout of a figure in terms of its build. Articulation, outstanding. In fact, I missed the butterfly joint. I didn't even speak about it, but he has one of those too. More range than you want in almost every joint on the figure. That's how you do it. Let me tone it back, not have to push it to its limits. Outstanding. Paint? Are you kidding me? Everything is painted, and then it has 3 or 4 paint effects on top of it. Whether it be metallic or pad printed or accents or what have you, there's always something to look at. Accessories? Are you dumb? It has more than you would ever want or need. Plus the gimmicks of the light up eyes. It is a stunning piece. If you are at all interested in it, I can't recommend it enough. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.